about my view. So I'm heading over. Okay, here. Then we install this there. We install this there. How do I open it when it is?
You're going to record this?
Yes.
I don't know if this is meant for anybody else's consumption.
Can we do it for consumption of everyone else? Can you put it in the framework of everyone's consumption? We try to make it anything that we resolve, we try to make available for others because they can learn from our experience. Let's see. Okay, where are you? You are here. How do I? This table is a bit too wide. Like this, you both are there, but I will not be. How do we do? Ellie, I sit by your side. No. How do we do? I think. Wait, I move it.
We offer it to the abbot, but he offered that to Sam.
So we do like this. Maybe if I sit here. Ow. Wait. How do we install it? How do we install so that we three are inside there? Like this. If people are walking, they will not hit it. Like this, more or less, okay?
But we can't.
But
We don't see you.
oh yes, here I am. Yeah, so I understood you were into some conversation. We can try to convert it. We can try to convert it into something that can be public.
Yeah, there's no reason really it can't be public.
Yeah, but when you speak, your voice is so low. It is good if you hold it. So introduce me to the subject.
Well, we discovered upon discussion that Aaron doesn't really, in his heart, doesn't believe that there ever was a Buddha. So then there's no enlightenment of Buddha.
Wow.
There's been many Buddhas.
Yes.
The word Buddha in Sanskrit means to awake. So the word Buddha means the awakened person. And regardless if Buddha actually existed or not, the teaching is there and it's for one to follow. And it's actually how humans should treat each other on earth.
If the Buddha never existed, how does the teaching exist?
Yes.
The teachings exist from an awakened person. An awakened person, like Sayadaw is a Buddha.
Sayadaw what?
Sayadaw is a Buddha.
Is a Buddha?
Yes.
No.
The word Buddha.
Okay, we can maybe this is the matter of what you put on that word, how you perceive the word.
So the word Buddha in Sanskrit, this is where the word Buddha comes from. Buddha is a title, not a name. His name is Gautama Siddhartha, the Buddha.
Yes.
His name is not Buddha.
All right.
You know, just like Jesus the Christ, Jesus the Christos. Okay? So the word Buddha in Sanskrit means to awake. Buddha is the man who woke up from the dream. Sayadaw is the man who woke up from the dream. He is a Buddha.
I see what you mean.
Buddha is an archetype. When you look at Buddha, you're looking at what you aspire to be like, the way you want to live, the way you want to free people's minds, the way you want to free people's hearts.
Yeah, right.
And I said that even if Gautama Siddhartha never existed, those teachings is, if you actually look into those teachings, that is how we should treat each other.
Yeah, but then from where the teachings exist.
Remove the Dharma.
I understand
or the dogma.
what you
Remove the
mean
dogma.
about Sayadaw and Buddha and any other awakened people. We shouldn't attach to the word and we can
Like I was saying, Maharishi, he's a Buddha. He became an enlightened person, you know. Sayadaw's
Yeah, okay, so I say nothing to argue about. Like, I understand that you see the awakening nature in every awakening being who is awakening from ignorance, out of ignorance. Yes. So you see the nature of awakening in every being who came out of ignorance to wisdom and has no more defilements and free from suffering, free from birth. It means because suffering follows the birth. But still we know that Buddha, the one who is known formally as the one who discovered it, he has many more characteristics, many more paramis, many more abilities than other arahants. So this is why we keep, at least for common understanding, that word up to him. And then you did something secret there. You need to do. So and whatever. But for the sake of this conversation, okay, we accept that everybody who is awakened has this Buddha nature, right? So what about the?
But I don't mean it to be offensive.
No, it is not.
I'm just kind of going by like the practicality of it, that I wasn't around during that time, so I can't actually say he existed or
Can't
not for real.
confirm.
Yeah,
Confirm
Can't
that the Buddha ever
confirm because
existed.
I wasn't
yeah,
around.
yeah, right.
I can't confirm.
Yeah, but this is not something that actually we need to know for sure by by any proofs or anything. It's not something that will help you in your practice.
And I guess what she was saying more or less was, if you don't believe that Gautama Siddhartha, the Buddha, actually was a real person, then how can you believe that he's enlightened?
Yeah, his teaching.
Yeah, so if you don't believe in someone, how can you believe in something that pertains to him? So the question is,
But
from
you
where
can feel
comes
it
the
in your
teaching?
heart. You can
So
feel
from
it in your heart that is how we should treat each other.
what do you have in your
If we
heart?
could just have it in our heart, then everybody would be enlightened.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly. I think that if you
Like excluding psychopaths and
they're out there.
No, but I'm just wondering.
Curious.
As I know, as I understand, and as I see, if we don't meet Dhamma, even if we meet Dhamma, but we don't meet the skillful teacher who has walked the path, we will not have those qualities and in our heart. We will not know about the truth of happening, and we will not find the real way out of the problems. We will find like all different methods and ways just to communicate nicely, but not more than that.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say about the Dharma and karma, like, that is real. If you let your brain pick up pattern recognition and you research like Egyptology, Hermeticism, Hinduism, all the different not ideologies, but all the different cultures in the world, they had a deep understanding of this Dharma. You know, it's written in culture, it's written in Rosicrucianism, it's in the Masonic doctrines, it's in every major body of like that kind of spiritual like knowledge. You know what I mean? Like every culture kind of had its awareness.
If I know what you mean, then I understand that those all different religions and cultures, they exactly offer, as you said previously, the way of living. But Buddha offers us also the way out of living. How to live in the right way and how to stop living.
Right, but regardless if Buddha existed or not, if you follow those teachings.
But how can you follow teachings if they're not discovered? It is like
No, you can follow.
Popov who developed the radio, or somebody first electricity, like first lamp or something.
like electricity is already available to be harnessed from the universe or whatever. But if nobody knows how, then how do we do it?
Yeah, this is what I mean. Then once somebody discovered the electricity, then everybody can build upon this more and more knowledge and technologies and everything. But if it wasn't, it is there. Yes, the knowledge, not the knowledge, the Dhamma is there.
But the Dhamma.
The truth is the truth,
But
whether we know it or not.
But the thing is, when you go like I said, back into Egyptology, back into Hermeticism, the idea of Dhamma and karma, that phrase has been permeated through cultures before Buddha even existed.
Yes, this is why even Buddha, he practiced all different methods which existed, but nobody could be happy and nobody could escape samsara.
I can't say nobody's been happy because I wasn't alive 5,000 years ago.
Yes, but we see even this is why I gave you the example that take our present time. Yesterday you were not there. Yesterday a woman asked the question from Sayadaw, and Sayadaw asked me to reply to her. Actually, she was talking about her practice, that she's been learning with some monk, but at a distance she cannot continue to get regular answers from him, and she's been practicing like observation of the body, observation of the feelings, observation of the mind, but she feels she's stuck and she has this huge doubt, not knowing if she's on the right way, if she's doing right, if her understanding is right. So if there is no skillful teacher, if the truth is not discovered for her, not explained, not exposed, not given, then she can practice and she can do her small baby steps. But this shows even small results, but it doesn't lead to anywhere. So we don't need to look back so far. We can look here and now. Just the patterns of lives and ignorance, they continue showing us just the same.
So let me ask you this. Do you need to believe the Buddha existed to follow Sayadaw's teachings?
No,
Then there's your answer.
I don't have a question. Yay!
I asked Aloka. I said,
Ellie, you have here the berries.
I asked Aloka. I was like, did you ever physically meet Gautama Siddhartha, the Buddha? And she said, have you ever met the giraffe?
Oh, wait, I need to think about that. This is a bit too much for my mind. My mind is so much attached to clear Dhamma that this, how do you call it, koan? This koan about giraffe?
Koan.
Koan about giraffe?
Koan.
They're not recording, right? They're just discussing, yeah. Because there is Sayadaw over there. And I'm afraid if we are disturbing him. So, yeah. Yeah. What is there about giraffe? Or about any other wisdom? I don't have a question, yeah. Like, I don't need, this is why I say I don't attach to the name, like this one is called Buddha, this one is not called Buddha, just an Arahant, for example, right? I don't attach. If you understand like this, that everybody has, and we say that Arahants and even not Arahants have Buddha nature. We all have Buddha nature. So it's okay. This is why I don't attach to the word. I accept your contemplations and reflections. I'm fine with this. But then just only if you start questioning if he existed, maybe not he who existed, maybe, but somehow the truth was discovered. Somebody who practiced, who wanted, who really fed up.
Anybody can be a Buddha.
Yes, can be, but in many lifetimes, when they have enough of experience, yes, anybody can be.
Then that basically means never, and nobody has ever done it.
Why? Not one goes better than the other.
But you think that there's not a Buddha. You think anybody can be a Buddha.
No, what I'm saying is that anybody can be an awakened person. The person who woke up from the dream that sees the ultimate truth. Like in my eyes, Sayadaw is.
I'm wondering if really, like, generally yes, but I'm wondering, the world is so full of all different creatures, and some of them are stuck in, because everything is impermanent. So everything is changing, I guess, and there is uncertainty about the future. And there is always a potential of the change, whatever action we choose, because action creates the cause and then there will be effect. So probably still anybody can get awakened fully. But as a Buddha also, but then you need really to walk towards that, and then you need to have that strong compassion already within you to help others. And you need to continue working on those all of those characteristics that make you quite special and deeper.
But like, if you think that there was no Buddha and anybody can be a Buddha, then it's not very special.
It's not if there was no and anybody can be, then it's not like if anybody can be, then for sure there was. If there was no, then nobody can be.
Buddha, then there's nothing really that amazing about being a Buddha.
Yeah, but we are not looking for something amazing.
I'm not so focused on whether he existed or not. That's like focusing if Jesus existed. That's like focusing on if Shiva existed. That's like focusing on.
We don't need actually to.
We actually don't. It's not important. Just the teaching is there, and if you live that way, then you have the best. That's the best chance you have.
But if you think the Buddha didn't exist, then you think that his enlightenment didn't exist.
Yes, also enlightenment didn't exist, and then also no example of possibility to get enlightened.
So you think nobody ever got enlightened until Gautama Siddhartha came around?
No, other Buddhas were enlightened in other realms.
Buddhas. There are
Pacheka
also
Buddhas.
beings that come to enlightenment by themselves without teachers.
So I think we're all kind of talking about the same thing.
Yes.
Like we all kind of even though we all have different angles, we all want the end result.
We all want the ending result.
Yes, we all want to meet a giraffe named Jeff.
I think still our results are different.
We
I
have issues.
these guys, they have issues because they're lay people. Now I can make fun of you, always bringing it back to the cause of being a lay person. Yeah, I think because like whatever issue you take, actually, if you are serious in your practice, what you should do is just to notice that there is some thinking and detach from it. And this will be the proof for all of your thinking, all of your doubt, or all of your new ideas, just that nothing is necessary, nothing is useful.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, for me, whether Buddha existed or didn't exist, I believe that those teachings are the best we have right now at our reach right now in this modern world to get to where we all kind of want to go.
So you think that there are teachings, but they just like came from whatever human being.
Not whatever human being. Like if it came from Gautama Siddhartha, then awesome. He existed, great. Give me the teachings that came
But
from
you
Buddha.
don't think that there were.
I can't say that there was or not. I wasn't there.
So, but what is
But you said like in your heart you really don't think so.
All I can say is that when I'm not there to experience it for myself, it makes it more difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because then it's based on a belief system.
Yeah. So I can refer to. For me, you're right. I don't know about Buddha personally. I haven't met him physically.
That's what I'm saying.
But the teaching itself.
That's what I mean.
Yes, exactly. This is why I say, we are talking about the same. So, I haven't met Buddha. The teaching is helpful, and
it's the best we have right now.
And I admire that someone somehow practiced this and could explain this and could show us how out of the ignorant mind with many defilements and many difficulties could convert it into what the teaching shows to us. So I bow to something that is called, because we call Dhamma teaching, so we want to give some representation that every being like me, somebody lived also life, somebody was married, was in love, was...
Exactly. Sorry, not to... But that's why I bowed.
Not to cut you off, but I cut you off.
Not to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off right real
because
quick.
You said enough. I agree with you to bow.
Because what I have to say is more important than what you have to say. I don't want to seem like that, but let's do it.
Yeah.
So when I bow to the Buddha, what I'm actually bowing to is that Buddha nature in all of us.
Yes.
And that's why I bow to him.
You bow to the qualities, to the possibilities.
Yes, that's why I do this to the Buddhas, because I'm doing this to all of that. What that statue represents, what that deitized silhouette, what that...
So what does that represent for you when you bow?
It represents that we all have in ultimate truth that we are not the body. Some people, like eternalists, could say
neither
we
the
are
mind.
Eternal spirit soul. I know Buddhists don't believe in soul. And then you bring up the question, well, if the soul doesn't exist, then what gets transferred from reincarnation? Let's not go there. That's like a...
I have a video on that. Please watch on my channel. There is a video explaining.
I don't want to go there right now. But that's gonna... But all I...
You have 5 people watching you.
But all I can definitely say is that the archetype of what the Buddha represents, the awakened person that has love, compassion, that right there, exists in all of us, and that's what I'm bound to.
Yes, I do the same, but before I started practicing Dhamma, without bowing to Buddha, I couldn't bow to him. There was self, there was arrogance, there was ego, there was attachment that I am, and this is just a statue. So I couldn't come to the
Well, it
qualities
is
that
just
you
a
respect.
statue. That's why it's called a statue.
Yes, right. But this statue offers to us what you just said, the kindness and the generosity and the compassion and the wisdom. This is what this we are human beings, we are using physical body. Dhamma doesn't have physical body. And it teaches us that
But the
we should
Dhamma
detach from the
but the Dhamma
but they
existed
created
before
the statue
Buddha.
for us.
The
Dhamma cannot
the
but
Dhamma cannot,
cannot but
cannot
exist.
not exist.
Yes, because all is just only
Dhamma
Dhamma.
can't not exist.
Yeah.
Dhamma is everywhere. It can't not exist.
Cannot
Dhamma
but
cannot
exist.
Remember,
Cannot but
remember,
exist.
remember the quote I said? Remember the quote I said? I wrote this. Maybe I'm not the only one that wrote it, but I'm gonna coin it for now because it came to my head and I never heard anybody say like this. I said Zen is a rock sitting in stillness, and a leaf falling from a tree is Dhamma.
This is easier for me than giraffe to understand.
Yes.
The leaf falling is Dhamma.
A leaf
Yeah,
falling
beautiful.
is Dhamma. So yeah, a leaf. Yeah, that's. And when you look into Hermeticism, like Hermetic law, the natural law, karmic law, God's law, golden rule, moral law, whatever you want to call it, I'm fine with all those terms. For me personally, I enjoy Hermetic law. But when you see a leaf falling from a tree, that is exhibiting impermanence, polarity. It's exhibiting vibration. It's exhibiting all the karmic laws that exist in Hermeticism. So like polarity, gender, vibration, the ebb and flow of everything, right? The dance of the universe, the ebb and flow of everything, right? You know.
Yes, I liked your metaphor. Yes.
Yeah, and that can't not exist.
Yes. Just the knowing of it needs to be awakened. The knowing needs to be discovered.
In Hermeticism, it's presenting the truths of the universe.
For sure.
And so someone knew them. Or a group of people, or many people.
Yeah, I mean, you could say like the Mesopotamians, the Babylonians, the Sumerians, the cult of Saturn, the cult of Moloch, the Mesopotamian ancient mystery cult traditions, the Neoplatonists, the Pythagoreans, whatever. You know, in those a lot of those cultures existed prior to prior to Gautama Siddhartha the Buddha's appearance on Earth.
I hardly could have 4 points out of 5 in history, and I had 3 out of 5 for geography. And whatever you're saying now is already out of the field of my expertise. I don't know what you are saying about all those cultures and everything.
It doesn't matter if they existed before the Buddha, because like we were saying, the Dhamma is always existing, whether someone is there to explain it or not.
Right.
So the Dhamma existed before the Buddha.
But we have nothing to do with
Buddha, someone explained it.
Yeah, but it was also explained before Buddha as well.
You know,
That's maybe our confrontation.
this is something which doesn't help us now to study and practice Dhamma. This is why I said, with this idea, all you can do, you can apply the teaching upon this idea. And the teaching says nothing to attach. Just because if we grasp something as real, is everlasting, we are in delusion. We need just to take this idea, appear in what was before. How does it make you liberated to understand what was before Buddha? It doesn't help us. So just learn to drop everything which is actually useless on the path to liberation.
I have trouble getting caught up in the dogma of religion because, like I said, if
Not
you
religion,
study
practical. This is why I'm bringing
I know,
you.
but it's like if you know etymology, you know the word religion comes from Latin religare, which means to bind in chains, to hold back from progression, or to enslave the mind. And when you're religious body, an institutional body. It's a limiter for thought and perception, saying that this is the truth and everything outside of this is not fit for your consumption. We have it right. Every religion's going to say that.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
got it right. We got it right.
This is why Dhamma says, if you want, if you find it useful, take it, practice it. If it is useless for you, don't take it, don't practice it.
Or you can just get in your car, drive down to San Diego Zoo, go where the giraffes are, go meet one of those guys. Is that cheese?
I gave away mine, I think, but somebody gave me back, so maybe I have one more. Let me see. You don't like? I don't like. So yeah, I have one more. But you really don't want? I have
It smells
one more.
crazy.
You want more?
You're supposed to
You
eat the
can have.
wax, actually.
I gave. No, I don't eat. I don't want this. I think this is not cheese.
You're actually supposed to eat the red part.
If you believe in Buddha, you should believe in the red part.
Is that what the Buddha taught?
Yes. But you are having wholesome conversations here. I thought you just. Oh, good. So Thabarwa is working like people together, people experience all different things. This gives all different reflections. Then you share.
Yeah, but I think what it came down to is that I just can't say somebody really existed.
You don't have to say this.
And that's kind of what I was saying. I was saying that like regardless if Buddha existed or not, regardless, if I follow Sayal's teaching, that I think that's humanity's best chance right now to live this natural law, to live this hermetic law, this karmic law, this dharmic law.
Yeah.
And
So there is no conflict. Unless this is the microphone. So no conflict for you, but from the point of view of the practice of Dhamma that you appreciate so much, as you say, there is something which is not going in the right way. Thinking. This will never end. We need to learn just to let go. We need to know to be able to notice every phenomena and just detach.
So would that apply to her, to where she needs to stop thinking whether the Buddha existed?
Everybody who has any doubt, who has any thinking.
Hold on, I want to. Let's stay on this for a second. Is that hurtful to your practice? Or
How do I put this camera that it maybe from this angle? Ooh, not stable. Yeah, like this will be better. But you keep talking. The camera is just moving.
But would you say that's hurtful to your practice or helpful to your practice?
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Whether
Bad
the Buddha existed or not.
Yeah, it's not a part of the practice. Thinking if Buddha exists or
I
not.
just think like
If it inspires
Buddha
one.
never existed, but there is knowledge out there to be known that anybody can know. It's nothing
Not
like
any-
beyond the world. It's nothing special.
It's not
But it
that
doesn't change anything. If it is special or not, we still need to practice each one individually.
But there's something to be known and to practice that we don't already know.
But he doesn't reject what is known. He says there is practice.
I think
So we use the practice. We all agree it's practice for us. This is why actually we also say that on our path, at certain point, we need to detach also from Buddha. We need to detach from our teacher, from Buddha, and from the practice itself. We also need to detach. We need to abandon all.
Well, okay, so let me just say this, and I'm not saying this to like put a tarnish on your channel. This is like a real thing I want to say.
My channel.
But
I'm easy with it, whatever.
I have experienced I am not this body during vipassana by Goenka, and I've also taken heavy doses of LSD, psilocybin, and DMT, and also experienced this kind of essence
Yes.
of I am not my body.
Yes, this is not-
So I've done it through the help of natural medicines, and I've also done it just
As
with,
you said, many
completely-
other religions teach this, or even some drugs can do this. Yes.
Yeah,
But
but
this
in all,
doesn't liberate
yes,
you.
but in all those different things. So the one thing I can tell you definitely is I experienced I am not this body.
But this is not what Buddha wants us
No,
to know.
no. I'm here. Hang in with me. Hang with me for a second. Hang with me for a second.
Okay.
So if I am not my body, then who am I, right? Who is when I say, I don't say like my name's Aaron. I don't say, oh, Aaron arm hurts. Oh, Aaron hand hurts. No, I say my hand, my arm. Who is my? Who is this? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know very well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if the observer observes the body, then who is this observer that
Yes.
observes the body?
Yes.
Right? So yeah, I've experienced it in many different forms. And I can tell you that every time I go to experience that, it leads me to the same conclusion. So that part, I nailed it. For me, I can't say for anybody else, you, her, the channel, whatever, but I can say me for myself that I have nailed that point. So now I can jump to the next thing.
But what did you nail in that? A question, or do you have an answer?
No. I know for a fact I'm not this body.
Okay.
That I'm something else.
Okay.
So then I can start to go deeper. Like onion, next layer.
Okay, right.
Okay. So first layer, I'm not the body. And then I can say next layer, I can say maybe I'm eternal spirit soul. That kind of goes into like everything's Brahma, everything's the eternalist view, right? But then you have the more Theravada Mahayana view of there is no soul. There's this conscious essence, and depending on the conditions of cause and effect, that moves around depending on conditions, right? So that I can't say. I'm not an expert on it, so I can't say for a fact. But what I'm saying is that layer of who am I feel like that layer of the onion has peeled back. I got that. So now I'm on my way to get peeling more layers, right?
Yeah, this is the path. This is how
And
it
I feel
gets.
like, and that's my path. And a lot of times when I speak about these things, when it's dogmatic, very much focused on, like even when you look at Mahayana, Theravada, Vajrayana, even though that those things argue I'm the real, I'm the original, they all have Four Noble Truth and Eightfold Path. And that's all Buddha really cared about. He cared about the Four Noble Truth and the Eightfold Path, which kind of comes from Hinduism.
And
Just
for
like
understanding of the ultimate goal,
yeah,
he cared for that too.
Sure.
I don't know if others
I don't
care
think
for the
it's-
ultimate goal, or just installing some guidances for living this life with the idea of getting some benefit later.
Yeah,
The ultimate goal is not a benefit.
I mean, whether we become enlightened or realized, or whether we you think you're going to go back to the Supreme Godhead, or whether you think you're going to go back into the ultimate consciousness or to the nirvana or nibbana or parinibbana, whatever you call it. But regardless of the end result, here in this existence, that is truly how we should be with each other.
You want to give this?
That is truly how we should be with each other.
Yeah.
That's how we should be. You know?
Yeah. And as you said, you are on the path. You don't know for sure the next steps. I know for sure some next steps. Because just I practice.
Well, I mean, I guess I know for sure some next steps. I can tell you after my. I can tell you after knocking step 1 and 2 down. I kind of know what 3 and 4 are. I can't tell you what
so
step
for me,
65 is.
because I know first, second, third, fourth, like a few steps that I've made, and I'm so much assured in these steps because some of them I had my own previous experience, and only then I discovered that it is written in Dhamma teachings. Yes, obvious, as you say, like we all can be good in our heart, feel what to do, so like that.
That's what I was like.
Yeah, but my first example, as I remember, that approached me like this to Dhamma was that I was in India, I checked out of some guest house and was shifting to another place. And I was on the bus, and it was like maybe, I don't know, 3rd month of my stay in India. And I was on the bus, and the bus was really like loud horning, like honking with the all this traffic and everything around. And it was hot, and I started being irritated. I started being irritated by this sound, and I wanted to escape it, and I couldn't get it why it irritates me if I've been here for so long, and this is not the first time that I'm getting it. And I understood, but it is something not from outside, actually, something inside me that is irritating me, not the sound. The sound I heard many times, so loud and so annoying, and I wasn't like reacting, but now I'm reacting. And I look back and I see that at the moment that I was checking out, there were some issues and problems that I tried to settle at the reception in the reception in India, the guest house for $6 per night. I mean, you can imagine what kind of reception and how I was settling my problems with those Indian guys. So something irritated me before, and I was irritated by the sound, by the loud sound, and insight came that whatever is happening, this is not outside, this is inside. Outside is only the matter that attracts the reactions of our mind when we can spit out already what is there, whatever is there. So but we need to be paying attention to ourselves, inside, to our mind. This was just first step, while all people around actually live by not knowing that everything happens inside and not outside. They believe in the object.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some people like the sound of my voice. Some people hate the sound.
Yes, sound of your voice.
Yeah, right?
Yes, I don't know, but if you're saying so, probably
I don't
it is
like
right.
the sound of my voice. It sounds nice in my
this
head,
was
but when
just
I hear myself
one
on
of the
camera,
examples. And then some other examples when I started paying attention on traveling, what happens to me and what happens to others. And also previously in my life, I had suffered a lot. I had so much drama in my life and so much trauma that I was just so much suffering that I couldn't handle it anymore. And I felt that that's it. I can't struggle anymore. I just can't. Whatever I do, I can't be happy. I cannot control it. I cannot change it. Even I change myself. Even I try to adapt. Even I go through my ego. We all know about ego in the society. Even whatever I do, I can't be happy. And I just surrendered. I decided I need to surrender to suffering, because like fighting with suffering was making me so like unhappy and suffering more. So I decided to accept my life is suffering. That's it. I accept it. I surrender. I don't fight this anymore. From now on, I continue living, and suffering is the default setting. Whenever something pleasant or good or beneficial may happen to me, okay, this is a little bonus for something, but I take my life as just pure suffering and I don't expect anything else. So I accepted the first noble truth by myself. Nobody told me that this was something that Buddha discovered as fundamental. So after I had discovered this, after I had this insight on the bus in India, and a few more things like this, then only I met Buddha Dhamma. And when I heard Buddha's teaching, I said, but I thought I'm inventing here a bicycle while it is already invented. Why shall I continue trying to discover all the experiences and get like bumps everywhere by myself when there is a path already? And I started like looking a little bit onto this path, following it, and I see, wow, but it really brings the good results. And then whatever experience is truly confirmed in Dhamma. And then I started already telling myself, I don't want to experience by myself. I want to see what Dhamma offers and go directly and look into this. This is this story of my experience tells me that whatever will be step number 53 that you haven't experienced yet, me neither, 53, I know that this will be true. Because previous 22, they just were the same as I experienced by myself.
That's also my thing. And that's why a lot of people say that Buddhists aren't so concerned with the theological side. They're more concerned with direct experience.
But this is so powerful. It gave me power now when I was telling this. Because really Dhamma is so powerful.
And that's why I push everybody for the long sittings, because sometimes like I said, remember that morning I sat from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Yes.
That 3-hour sitting, the first hour and a half was just trying to calm my mind down. But after that was done, after I got over the pain, I went so deep. And even when I woke up, even when I opened up my eyes, I forgot that I was here with all you guys in the garage Dhamma hall of that house that we were at. I forgot like even where I was. Because I went somewhere.
I can share it to you also my experience. As you say, you sit 3 hours, first hour takes you to calm down your mind and then like your body and everything. I tell you, when I sit, I don't need to calm down my mind. because I practice Dhamma in everyday activities. There are no processes that I need to calm down when I sit
But I know
already
but
anymore.
I think that me and you might have different life experiences when we were younger,
Sure.
and that also kind of
For sure.
it jacks up.
But I can
our
also
minds
give
when
you
we're
another
young.
reason that you and me, we practice differently. Our emphasis is different, and our eagerness to accept and give all our effort is also different. So no matter what experience you have had, this is the experience particularly difficult for you.
Right.
My experience is easier than yours probably, but it is particularly difficult to me. So of course that created all the pressure on my mind, but this is why I suffered so much, that I just accepted the suffering, and I'm ready just to come out of this suffering, and I'm doing every effort for that. And this is why my mind
And
now
do you-
is calm and doesn't require to be calm.
In just to circle back to where we began, do you think it's important to believe the Buddha really existed or not for you to experience that?
So I will think now about this, because I said previously, let me be true in my answer. Do I believe
Like
that I
Necessary.
do you think it's
necessary to
absolutely
believe in-
necessary
Yeah.
that Gautama Siddhartha walked the earth for real for you to experience that?
No, this is not what I keep in my mind, what I contemplate or something.
That was kind of what I was saying.
I keep Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha in my mind, because this is how I'm offered to practice, to replace what is unwholesome, to replace this thinking, this repetitive thinking, by this concept. Recently, when I had my strong experiences of Dhamma, when I was absent for half a day, one of the experiences was to understand more about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. I was questioning even Sayadaw for some time, because he was telling me that I should stop relying on him, I should rely on Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha.
Right.
And I said, but Sayadaw, I know you, I'm in contact with you, I can experience with you, and your teaching helps me, and I can progress. So of course I will be relying on you. In any complicated situation, I would just remember words of Sayadaw, or I would remember his way of doing, or I would just bring his image up, knowing his power of detachment, and this is what reinforced me. It would reinforce me to do what I need to do in that situation. So I explained to him like this, but he said I should stop relying fully on him, because I need to detach from my teacher. This will not bring anywhere if I keep being attached to the teacher. And then he said, rely on Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. I said, well, but I was not born in the Buddhist country. There is no Buddha in my heart. There is no Buddha in my vision. I don't have this understanding and connection to Buddha. He says, right. But okay, he said, like, he accepted like this. Sayadaw doesn't force ever. He said, with time you will understand.
Yeah.
So-
but also I think he understands that when you go to Myanmar, when you look at, I've never been to Myanmar yet, but it is like central to Buddhism, like the devout, it's so hardcore Buddhist there. And you know, it's cultural, like it's like we come from different places, you know what I mean? Like there's not these golden Buddhist pagodas that are
So
hundreds
we
of
all
them,
understand
hundreds of-
this. I want to bring you to the point of my recent experience.
Okay.
You asked me to share the
I do wanna
experiences
hear
with
it.
you.
Yes, I wanna
there
hear
were
it.
plenty
I
of
want
them,
to
and
hear
I
it.
shared them already. You were not
No,
around.
I want to hear the one
were
that
not
you just
around.
had, where you
So-
look like you died and resurrected. When I saw you making coffee and you looked sad. That's
Yes.
I want to know.
So this one, understanding Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, is one of those many. I just had many experiences of discovering our illusionary life and discovering the preciousness of Dhamma teaching. And one of the experiences was that I could see that I need to detach from Dhamma, and I started crying at that point, and some other
Because
points.
you've been holding on to that.
Because this is what is saving me. Dhamma is saving me from each and every situation and doesn't put me into any bad situations. And Dhamma is just, it is my life. And I came to the point that you heard Aloka from Aloka, you're not Aloka. Why I always say Elif.
You can say Aloka. She is Aloka.
No, I fire her. She's not. She disrobed. She's not Aloka. This is a sacred Dhammic name. We all know this simile or whatever with the boat that we use to cross the river to Nibbana, right? And we know that we need to let go of the boat, we need to let go of the river and just cross, right? At the right moment. And we hear this as similar, and we can reflect, we can kind of understand. But
Okay, the
it
bell's
is
ringing.
amazing. 10 minutes in advance, I guess, not immediately. I hope so. But whatever. But we all can reflect on this and understand this, right? About leaving the boat.
Even though.
But when Dhamma brings you to the experience, when Dhamma itself appears in your mind, not saying nothing. No. How can we describe the experience when it is not about the words? So it is very difficult for me to tell you.
Even
But
Buddha said it doesn't matter. You can call Dhamma frosted flakes. It's still what it is.
so
It doesn't take away the
a
essence.
moment appeared with the knowledge that I need to detach from Dhamma, and I just burst into tears. Because this is something that takes me out of delusion of life, that takes me out of suffering, that is my breath now. This is the air, and I need to detach from it now.
And you've been holding
Imagine,
on to it.
yes, because we need to hold to Dhamma to abandon our habits of ignorant life. And this is right to do. But imagine, it means you arrive with your practice at that stage where this happens to you. Whatever they say in those beautiful phrases, it happens naturally when you need just to leave the boat. Also in that experience, I was this much near. I could see 2 times something that made me feel it was so near. I was so near. When I see just the impermanent nature, when it is changing, when it is not something, not someone.
So you think Zero is detached from Dhamma?
Of course, because there is no doubt. No, of course, he's detached from.
Dhamma is just the way things are.
Yes,
It will
but
be the way things are.
But the things are in the ignorant mind, in the ignorant life. There is no life when there is no ignorance.
But there's still ignorance. There's still attachment.
But he has no more ignorance.
I feel like it can also turn in very quickly. It can very quickly turn into the Russian doll syndrome, where you open it up, more dull inside. Open it up, more dull inside. Open it up, more dull
That
inside.
type of thinking
You know what is
will
Russian?
lead you to feel like you can
Russian
never
doll,
get
I
to
know.
an answer, but you can get to answers.
But you can.
Well,
This
that's
is what
okay.
I'm
So
telling you.
that is my thing about the divine. So it's like if karma exists, if dharma exists, what force in the universe put that into place?
There is no something or someone, just the evolution by itself.
But that thought didn't enter your mind until a human being wrote that onto paper.
This is why we appreciate the teaching of Buddha, who passed us the knowledge.
In Buddha,
This is the cause, meeting Dhamma,
okay,
being born in the
so-
Dhamma
so-
age.
So if Dhamma exists and karma exists, what force put that into the universe?
The force of wisdom
And what created
out of
wisdom?
ignorance.
What created ignorance? What created wisdom? What force put that into the
Yes,
universe?
there is attachment and there is
What
detachment.
force
There is
put, but what force
nothing.
put
Nothing
But
creates.
what force put nothing?
Nothing is nothing.
It's just like this.
Everything has a source.
Yeah, so you need to meditate and see it. I tell you, I'm
That's what I was
experiencing
talking
the
about. That's what I was
things.
talking about. The secrets of the divine.
Yeah, we need to experience by ourselves. Then we
But
don't have these
Buddhists don't believe
questions.
in a divine essence in the universe.
We don't need to believe in anything. We need just to experience.
This is a two-parter.
Okay, we have. Yeah, you conclude.
Yeah, because like the reason that I kept on even pushing this point to begin with about that maybe there was no Buddha is because I feel like this is a byproduct. This is a cultural byproduct of like Western mentality that doesn't allow for there to be like someone to follow.
Yes,
We are
so
all
strongly.
individualistic.
Yes,
Not-
that is very strongly.
To Western
Very
society.
strongly.
Well, not really, because me growing up in my household was a Buddhist household. When I did my growing up in Hong Kong, we always had a Buddha statue, 3 wise men, we had a bowl of rice, we always offered incense, we'd ring
But
the
you're
bell.
so
offer the
much not
incense.
Hong Kong guy. You're so much American guy.
Yes. But even though I'm an American guy, all of my esoteric knowledge knowledge, all of my occultism.
Knowledge is different from this grain of not being inside me and mind, the individual.
No, because knowledge, Dhamma is knowledge.
But cultural perception in Asia is different. They would not put their feet up.
But I study all that. You know, like my Masonic Rosicrucian temple is 22 miles.
Study is intellectual. But whatever you take with the milk of your mother when she breastfeeds you is the culture around.
But if you don't have the intellect, then you cannot get the other thing. You first have to.
I don't reject intellect. I'm saying
here's
that
the thing.
you are
Here's
taking.
Intellect is the cup that holds the water. If you put your hands out like this and somebody pours the water, it falls to the ground.
Yes.
The cup holds you have to have all the pieces.
So with your
combined to be able to
intellect,
get
you have to be able to develop patience to listen and then to reflect on it and not just respond by rejection immediately, because you are using wrong tools to understand new concept. You need to abandon any tools. Concept.
That's what I was saying. Is that
intellect should help you to do that.
But also, like I was saying, that a lot of the things I study, a lot of like Hermeticism, is like a lot of things I look into is before Buddha's time. So what I'm saying is that as far as I'm concerned, the reason why I bow to the Buddha, the reason why I follow Sayadaw is because this natural law, this karmic law, this dharmic law, this hermetic law, it's all the same thing, but he's available to me right now. You know what I mean? That piece of information is available, and he is a teacher that can help guide humanity towards a better, whatever. But it's to me, it's better than following Shiva. It's better than following Krishna. It's better than because Buddhism has an actual praxis. It has an actual practice of like meditation and all this. Like when I lived in the Hare Krishna temple as a brahmachari.
You wanted to finish, but you bring new and new sentence.
Okay,
and I'm detaching from responding anything just to let you finish.
I'm just saying they were theological only. They just wanted to believe Krishna existed, and that's it. It's a fact.
That's it. No need story about when you lived in Hong Kong.
But you know what I mean? So I'm not so concerned about the theological side of it. That's yours.
No, I didn't have this. Okay. Very nice conversation. Me. Very interesting.